What's up, guys? My name is kyledipeppe. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at an NFT ROI calculator that I built, as well as what NFTs you should be looking at Solana, why you might want to be looking at them, and I guess what I look at. So first and foremost, I like to look at projects now from a perspective of A, do I like the art? If I do, great. If I don't, then B, how are they going to provide some sort of value to me, right? If they're not being sold or marketed as a profile picture or artwork, what is the actual value there? Some of them are a percentage of revenue from some other project, or maybe a percentage of revenue from future NFT sales, or maybe there's some sort of airdrop for another token for the project. So those are some things I like to consider. The third thing I like to consider is who is the dev team, or what is the dev team? Have they built things in the past? What are their plans going forward? And do I know anything about this dev team? Can I find out anything about this dev team? So one thing is Shadowy Supercoders. They launched their NFT not as artwork or a profile picture. Yes, they do have artwork and a profile picture, but the rarity is irrelevant. They sold 10,000 as a seed round, basically to literally raise capital and say that each NFT holder has the right to 10,000 tokens plus 3,000 bonus tokens if staked for a full year. So the value there was that you were getting these tokens, and then it was determining what do you think the price of Shadow would be, which is the token, right? So in my calculator, I have that built out. If you were to buy one at current floor prices, I think I'm going to add in a way so you can just enter a floor price, right? So that way you can sort of see your personal assets, right? If you were to have bought a Shadowy Supercoder for more or less than what the floor currently is, you would be able to plug in the floor you paid, and you can even plug in the potential token price to see where you project this token or whatever will go and what your ROI would be based on that. So these are sort of things that I like to consider or look at when either buying or when I'm holding NFTs. So I guess let's jump to the screen real quick. This is the simple calculator that I sort of have going now. NFT ROI calculator, great title, I know. Soul price, I just pulled this in, 140 USD 75. Let's go ahead and just refresh the page. Should update 140.71. So right now I'm pulling in the majority of these floor prices from Magic Eden floor prices. The token price, right now I'm actually only pulling in Shadow and Boku from CoinGecko. The rest of these I'm trying to get integrated with the Jupiter aggregator. So this is basically a DEX or decentralized exchange aggregator that have these other tokens. So Scrap, you have Vibe listed on here. And so right now I've actually hard coded in some values. By adding a box, you'll be able to enter that until I get sort of like an API integrated. But you can see sort of the price in US dollars next to the token for all of these things. And then next to that is the token allocation. So for example, Shadowy Supercoders, we know what the token allocation is per day. Same thing with something like a Select Monkey Business or Solana Monkey Business, Boryoku Dragons, Tayo Robotics. All of these things have some sort of emissions on a regular schedule. Now Zilla's is a little bit more abnormal. So I tried to just take an average and throw that in there. But again, I would need sort of a longer period of time to get a better average. And even that may not be perfectly accurate. So what this calculator is doing is it's looking at the current floor price. So if I wanted to buy a Shadowy Supercoder right now, I would pay 125 SOL, which is roughly $17,588. The current token price for one Shadow is $1.61 USDC. The token allocation is 27.39726 Shadow per day, which is roughly 44 US dollars. So you can see that the daily percent return is 0.25% per day, which I think is around like 7% a month. But the days to ROI, so the amount of days it would take to get your money back, assuming everything stayed constant, is 398.75 days. So I like this as just sort of a quick way to look at what is the floor price of an NFT, what is the current token price for that NFT, and if it stays at those sort of things, how long will it take for me to recoup my investment? So based on all of these things, right now looking at these 5 projects, you can see that the lowest time to recoup investment would be Solana Monkey Business, which also is the cheapest one to buy. So you would only have to spend $491 to get one of these at 3.49 SOL. You get 500 Vibe per week, which is 71.4 per day. So you would get $1.36 USDC in Vibe per day per Monkey that you hold. You're earning 0.28% or you're getting 0.28% per day, and it would take you 361 days, just under a year, to recoup that $491. So I thought this was really cool. I'm building this out. I may not be sharing this right away with everybody. I think what I'm actually going to do is I actually have a Patreon. I just started it. Started a Discord there. Once a month, I'm going to be trying to do live voice channels. If you're interested and want to support me, feel free to join that. You will get access to the Discord, and I'm going to share this NFT ROI calculator with those members first for a while. If I feel like sharing it with everybody else, maybe I will, but for now, it will be just for patrons. So I want to show my appreciation. I want to give them some alpha. So I thought this would be pretty helpful. Real quick, if you don't want to be a patron and you are enjoying this content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Still really helps me out, and I do truly appreciate it. But let's get back to that NFT calculator. So I'll be adding to this. I'll be adding collections as I come across more NFT projects. I already have a list of more than these 5. I was just trying to get started. So this is just sort of a starting point. I do hold all of these except for the Boryoku Dragons. I don't have one of those at 200 Sol, and also the worst ROI currently based on the price of Boku. Yeah, I mean, if you like the art, or if you think maybe the floor price is going to appreciate more, purchase it, or if you think Boku is going to go back higher. But I don't have $28,000 sitting around to buy one of these Boryoku Dragons, so I'm not involved there. Either way, definitely looking at other projects, going to be adding them to this calculator. We'll add more abilities and capabilities, such as entering in a floor price. So if I paid, 100 Sol for a shadowy supercoder, I could punch in 100 here in like an input box, and it would calculate my days to ROI based on the current shadow price, right? So I think that would be pretty handy. So not only for myself, but for anybody that is a patron, they would have full access to this calculator as I build out and put in more projects into this. They would be able to use that as well. So I think this is pretty neat. And I hope that this is, helpful to anybody that does choose to be a patron. Support me. It's $5 a month. You can cancel at any time, but you get access to the Discord. You'll have access to this NFT ROI calculator. And then obviously I also did create originally this SSC NFT calculator, which is free for anybody to use right now. This is sort of a similar thing. You can see the current Sol price, current shadow price. You can toggle between 1,000 tokens or 13,000 tokens because of that 3,000 token bonus if you stake for a full year. And this basically tells you what the NFT floor price should be, what the shadow price would be based on a current floor of 125 Sol and 13,000 tokens, or you can toggle back to 10,000 tokens, right? So if you're getting the full 13,000 tokens, you're getting them at an average price of $1.35 based on the current floor. And then over here, you can sort of see the same thing, right? If you wanted to sell your NFT, you can sort of figure out like, okay, maybe I should price it in this ballpark. And then down here, now that you can stake an SSC NFT, you can plug in the SSC NFT address, and it will tell you how much of the shadow tokens have been claimed already from staking, how many tokens are left, and then it will tell you basically what the floor price would be based on the remaining tokens, and then also the remaining tokens plus the 3,000 bonus tokens. So thought this was helpful. It was helpful for me, so I decided to share it. So this actually is available to anybody right now, but this calculator is actually what I'm working on, and I think that this will be really cool, as there are a lot of projects that are now offering tokens. Solana Monkettes, the dev team there, 0x Bustos, I believe is what it is on Twitter. He just launched Bitmon, so I'll be adding them. I think you get like 50 bit tokens per day or something. I don't know if you have to stake or what the deal will be there. I also have no idea what the price will be, but I'll be adding that to the calculator. So very interested to see how this plays out, but I thought that this was a great way to sort of see a more finite and fixed ROI and value for these NFTs, in addition to, the floor price appreciating in value, or building out actual other utilities such as like in-game use for some of these NFTs. Those are all things that I look at and things to consider. And one of the biggest things that I do look at right now is sort of the dev team behind them. If there isn't a good dev team behind them, then what's the direction, or where is this project heading? Solana Monkette business, similar to Bitmon, they have Xerox Bustos, which I think is a great developer. He shares on Twitter a lot, very active in Discord. I definitely like to see that when I'm considering purchasing an NFT. Same thing with Tile Robotics. If you don't know, Soulport Tom sort of took over that project. They are affiliated with Zillas as well. So I think that that is going to be very interesting. There is scrap that gets emitted if you stake your Tile Robotics NFT. And that's sort of where this 8.5 scrap per day comes at the highest staking level. So thought this was very cool. We'll be sharing this with my patrons. If you're interested, check out my Patreon, link in the description down below. Obviously, donations and tips are always appreciated. My Solana wallet, kyledipeppe.sol, very easy. But if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So I guess that's probably going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Let me know what else you guys want to see if you have any questions. But until next time, thanks for watching.